All right. Will you hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. I hear you, sir.
All right. So a few things before we start with what I have in mind today. Henceforth, our calls are going to be recorded, and we're going to be having the open decks or open help decks calls. So most times I'm not going to be coming downstairs to or even uh, be there to take you one-on-one. I'm just going to be on this call, right? And we can have any discussion you want to have. Because as you could see yesterday, it was not easy having to go through everyone one-on-one around. And it's majorly everything you guys are going through the same course, right? So, and as you can see, other facilitators or even mentors doing, we could just be on our calls and get things done as a group. Uh, to work, why and this is how that also anytime you want to have any discussion with me, everyone, all of the students, this thing could be using. I think it's available through your open help. So as far as if you go to your Slack on our 1 minute, okay. Well, let me just join with my phone so I can show you. Since most of you are going to be on phone soon. So on the Slack channel, on our computing group, you would see on the, I think it's called bookmark tab. On the bookmark tab, I added 2 meeting links there. So on that bookmark tab, if you want to have any meeting with me, I'm just sharing my screen. If you want to have a one-on-one meeting with me, you can book a slot out of the slot that are available. So if you go to, if you're on Slack already, fine. If you're not yet there, just send me a message on the general Slack channel or reach out to me anywhere, right? And if you go to cloud computing, which is our dedicated channel, this is the bookmark tab. So in the bookmark tab, you see meetings. So anything resources as well, I'm going to be adding them to this bookmark tab. If I want something for everyone to see, it's going to be here. So in the meeting folder, there are 2 meeting links. The one that you can see from your help desk directly, which is this one, which is this call we're on as of now, the open help link, and then the one-on-one with Jet. So if you want to have just a private question, you have a question you want to ask me at all, just take a slot, the 30 minutes calendar slot, take a slot, we trash it. But if it's something that is group itself, we use this link. So as I mentioned, and as you can see, all of our calls are going to be recorded and even uploaded on your dashboard. So that if there's anything we discuss in a call and you want to go over it, you can always quickly check from your resources on your course and get those assets itself. So that was just the first thing I want to show you. The other thing we'll be doing today is I'll be following up on your courses so far, your lessons so far. So it is not new that I just came on board as your cloud facilitator. So I've been getting myself ready, trying to understand the course you're taking itself. And I've also seen the curriculum. So I must say that you're even learning as of now is the very basics. It's the basics of all things cloud computing. I was mentioning the other day we had an introduction call that with cloud computing, and I think Eniola also mentioned it. With cloud computing is different from DevOps and is Most times it's intertwined, but cloud computing is much more the broader side of things. So with cloud computing, you can be a DevOps engineer, you can be a blockchain engineer, you can be a network infrastructure manager. There are a lot of things you can do. And going through the curriculum yesterday, it covers all of these things. You'll be working with things like Docker Compose, Docker containerization, AWS, and all. So all of this we're doing as of now is just to get ourselves ready for our discussions itself or the course itself, because this whole 6-month training program is very intense. And this is even the beginning. As I heard, there's an advanced course still in cloud computing itself. And as Yola and the other management body mentioned yesterday, for those who were at the classroom yesterday, right? There are going to be evaluations, and a lot of people are going to be dropping at the end of the day based on your capacity, based on your commitment. So it's not just something that if you are not doing well, you are going to be left and all. It's something that you'll be evaluated based on your work, you'll be evaluated on the course you're taking, and if you are not meeting up to what is required, you'll be removed from the whole course program for another person to come in, right? Aside from that, we definitely want committed students based on the plans for the program itself. They want to get you employed, they want to showcase your talent out there. And if you are not up to standard, if you are not meeting up to what is expected of you, of course, they're going to open up that slot to someone else. So for today, what we'll be doing is we'll be going over all things Linux command, those basic Linux command that you've learned. You guys are currently taking networking, the networking course itself for the networking module. And next week, what we're going to talk more on is that networking module. So for today, we're just going to do things Linux command itself. So for those who might not have Ubuntu installed yet on your system, I'm going to work on that. Just let me know. But the easy way to that, for those who have downloaded VMware and you've downloaded the Ubuntu 24.04, Daniel, if you're trying to talk, you're muted.
No, it's only trying to like.
All right. So for those who
only trying to like reach out to
or are still finding it difficult to install the Ubuntu or virtual machine on their systems, so once you download VMware or you can also download VirtualBox, but the course went through VMware, right? So if you download VMware and you download the Ubuntu or iOS file, what you need to do before you start it is go to that configuration of the Ubuntu itself or the VMware, change the RAM. At default, the Ubuntu is giving you 2 gig RAM to utilize on that virtual machine. So change that RAM to 4 and change the processor from 2 to 4 as well. Once you do that, the installation of Ubuntu would happen on that system. That was what I figured out to be the issue of why you've not been able to install it for a while. So if you do that, you'll be able to install it. And if you still have any issue, just let me know and we'll go through that. So for those who saw my message on Slack, I mentioned that this call, aside from me asking you questions and we going through some commands together, right, is going to be an opportunity for you to ask any question whatsoever. So before we get into me asking you questions, because I have a series of questions I've prepared to ask at random, I'm just going to pick you at random to ask that question. Why am I doing this? Aside from the course follow-up or evaluations, I'm also going to be doing my own internal evaluation with you guys, right? And aside from the whole thing, Wakocode, I have my own inventions and reasons why I decided to mentor this program itself. For those who doesn't know me, I'm Emmanuel Joseph Jet, and I have an Emmanuel Jet brand. And one of the intention of the Emmanuel Jet brand is mentoring. So I'm not just mentoring you because there's an opportunity for Wakocode for this whole program. I'm mentoring you because it's one of my own main passions for ensuring I can tutor or in a way help you become what you wish to be. And my aim is even beyond what we have as of now. Yes, there are big plans for you guys, right? And I can tell you that aside from all I'll do to ensure all of those plans are active, if you are committed and dedicated, you'll be surprised at the end of the day. So before I start asking my questions, which are going to be my own form of evaluations, I'm going to open the floor for any question. Any question from anyone, feel free to ask any question now. Don't forget that this call is being recorded and to be uploaded to your classes and your modules. So if you have any question, raise your hand so we can have an orderliness around things. There's a hand icon, just raise your hand. I'm going to select you and we will go. So any question from anyone? I have questions. If you don't ask me a question and I ask you my question and you don't get it, there is no wrong answer. Feel free, don't be scared of anything, right? So any question from anyone before I proceed? If you don't have questions, I'll have questions. All right. Since you guys have no questions, I'll start asking the questions. Number one, I think it was Eniola. Eniola gave you guys a particular assignment on that course on, I think, introduction to Linux. Is it introduction to Linux or introduction to cloud computing? Yes, introduction to cloud computing. Who knows the question? Let me even understand if you guys really understood your video and you're not just watching. So who knows the question that was asked in introduction to cloud computing? Anyone? Anyone? I can hear you, Daniel.
I said I didn't get what you said last. Like, can you please come again?
I said there was an assignment that was given to you guys in introduction to cloud computing. Who knows the assignment? Who knows the assignment that was given? Praise, you are raising your hand.
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what was that?
I remember telling us to find the numbers of 10 companies that. No, I think you mentioned assignment on the how MTN run. Did they use this VMware and also did they use these cloud computers or they have their own personal sites that they use?
That was the second assignment.
Second assignment
That was
was
the second assignment.
list 10 list I think list 10 companies
Yeah, so this 10 of each cloud services. So 10 of each cloud services.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
this is what I'll do now. Since you're the one that remember the question itself, I'm going to pick at random. Once I call your name, I'll ask you a question. You, if you know the answer to it, you answer. If you don't, it's fine. So let me start with Samuel. Samuel, what are the types of cloud services?
And you can just so you can enjoy.
Samuel, are you with us? Okay. Olayemi, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here, sir.
So Olayemi, what are the types of cloud services?
The types.
Yes. There are 4 major types
Yeah,
that were mentioned.
we have. Yeah, we have infrastructure as a service, then
Okay.
software as a service,
Yes.
function as a service, and then platform as a service.
Okay, I think you mentioned platform as a service twice. There's one more.
Yeah. Yes, I mentioned
Start from
function. I mentioned set. Infrastructure as a service. That's IaaS.
Mhm,
Platform as a service. That's PaaS. Then
mhm.
software as a service. That's SaaS. Then function as a service. That's FaaX.
Yeah. Okay, good, good. So, Daniel, let me ask you, give me at least 5 types of platform as a service.
AWS.
No, no. Platform as a service, not infrastructure as a service.
Oh, platform as a service. Okay, we have render. We
Okay.
have railway. We have
You have what?
parcel.
I
We
didn't
have
get that.
Nestify.
What was the second one you
Parcel.
mentioned? No, no, the second one before that.
Railway.
Okay, 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 okay.
Render, railway, parcel, Nestify, Iroku. Yes, Iroku. I guess
Okay,
Iroku.
okay,
Yes,
okay,
Iroku.
okay. All right. All right, that's fine. Okay. David, are you with us, David?
Yes, I'm with you.
All right, David, give me 5 IaaS.
We
Infrastructure
have
as a service. Cell.
Salesforce. We have yes, Salesforce.
Okay.
We have Zoom. We have
No, no, no. Sales,
Dropbox.
not infrastructure. No, no. In fact, I'm talking about infrastructure as a service, not software as a service.
Infrastructure as a
IaaS.
service.
Infrastructure as a
Okay,
service.
infrastructure as a service. We have technology. We have
Sorry, I didn't get that. You're
Google
breaking up.
LS.
What was the
We have Google LLC.
Google MSE? Is that what you said?
LLC.
LLC. No, no, no. Google LLC is not an infrastructure as a service. That's the main board of Google itself. That's the corporation of Google itself. There is a sector of Google that is the infrastructure as a service.
Okay. Just okay. How about the Amazon Web Service?
Yes, that's one.
Amazon Web. We have DX technology. DXC technology.
DX.
Yes.
DXE technology.
DXC.
I don't know.
DXC.
I don't know DXE.
We also have
Give me
Cisco
another.
system.
Okay, okay, okay. Yes, okay, okay, okay. 1 minute.
Cisco system.
Okay, okay. Cisco,
Microsoft Corporation.
You are mentioning their corporation. So for Google, it is Google Cloud Platform, GCP, AWS, Azure. Those are the names of the infrastructure and service. You're mentioning the organization itself, and it is not the organization because the organization does other things aside from the infrastructure as a service when it comes to cloud computing or cloud services. I see you kind of understand that already, so let me leave that. Who else is here? Jayola, are you with us? I'm just going to speak at random. Jayola, are you there? Okay. Olabode, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. So Olabode, give me 5 software as a service examples.
5 software as a service example. We have
We have Google Workspace.
Okay.
We have
Okay.
Slack.
Okay.
We have Zoom.
Okay.
We have Salesforce.
Okay. I see what you did there. Okay.
I think
Is
Shopify.
this system as a service?
Software and service. Give me 1 minute. You need my charger. Okay. All right. Let's see. Who else is there? Okay. Is this okay? Bamshima, are you there? Bamshima, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So give me at least 5 Linux distros.
5
Linux distros.
Linux.
Or as they like to call it, the different type of Linux operating systems we have.
We have kernel.
What did you say? Did you say kernel?
Yes.
No, kernel is it's not kernel. Kernel is not part.
Mm, mm,
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We can come. I'll come back to you with another question. Okay. I think I'll have the line. Samuel, are you with us? Okay, Samuel is still not here. Okay. Chris, are you there, Chris?
Yes, I am, sir.
All right. So, Chris, give me 5 Linux distros.
Linux what, sir?
okay, sir.
Linux distros.
Linux.
Hello. Can you hear me, sir?
I can Ubuntu,
Sir, did you say
Okay.
Chris or Praise? Which one?
Fedora.
I said Chris.
Okay, Chris.
Is it Chris or Chris, sir?
Chris. It was Chris, not Chris.
Okay, sorry, sir.
So, Chris, I'm hearing you. Linux, Fedora, Ubuntu, Fedora.
Debian,
Okay.
Kali,
Okay.
Kali Linux, Arch Linux, and Mint Linux.
What did you call the last one? Did you get that?
That's the ones I know.
Okay. Not bad. All right. Let's see.
Yes, sir.
So, Praise, you said you didn't know if I called you before. So, Praise, let me ask you. What
Yes,
does the man command? What does it do in a Linux shell?
A man command does.
Yeah, the man command.
It gives the manual. A man command gives the manual to the command you want to use, and gives you it gives you details of the exact command you can use on that. That's kind of command you're trying to prove.
Okay. Give me an example.
Of a man command.
Mhm.
I can say sudo.
So how will you get the man command for sudo? How will you write it in a line of shell?
I write man and space and sudo, and I can
Okay.
get man for listing to man then space list. Then I check for the number, the kind of alphabet I can use for command, like pressing Q to quit the manual viewer, and check some other commands around that relates to the alphabets, or relates to the kind of
Okay. Okay. All right.
command I'm using, sir.
Okay. Let me see. Where else am I not called here? Tobiloba, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. So Tobiloba, I'm going to give you some commands and you tell me their full meaning. You're not telling me what they do, just tell me the full meaning itself. So what is the full meaning of ls, the ls command?
List.
Okay. What of pwd?
Working directory. Print working directory.
Okay. What of mkdir?
Make directory.
Okay. What of interesting? What of ps?
Sir?
ps.
Sir, I can't hear you.
I said ps.
PS.
Yeah, P for Paul, S for salt, so PS.
I don't have idea.
Okay, who wants to help him out? Purposely asked PS because I know you guys. It was just mentioned once. Who's in hand? Samuel, you're finally talking. Oh yeah, Samuel.
So I guess on PS process status.
Okay, how do you use a PS command?
Okay, using a PS, I guess it's for getting processes that are running.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
So it's for listing processes that are currently executing.
Okay. All right. I purposely asked that. I wanted you guys to learn a few things. 1 minute. I'm trying to zoom so we can test that out. Okay. No, this will still not give me. Can we see my screen very well? I want us to test that out. Can we see my screen well? I'm sure I'm presenting my screen.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do this first. So man PS. What does it tell us? Please, as I'm writing things here, feel free to write it out there. 1 minute. Let me sort this zooming thing.
What is snapshot of the French process?
Where's my okay, yeah, let's give it a try. Okay. Then let's go here. Just give me a minute. Let me adjust this for. Okay. Can we see my screen better now?
It's still like small. Yeah. Okay.
Is it better now? Kind of affecting my two screens. I'm seeing something totally different here. It shouldn't be. Give me a minute. Let's check it back up. Okay. All right. I think it should be better like this. Okay, done. Let's see. It's affecting us too. Unless I use one screen. Let me use one screen then. Let me use one screen. That's the best way to solve this. Okay. All right. Let's just use you. Okay. Can we see my screen? And is it bold?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So the process factors is just going to show you what is running on the system, your device itself, right? That's what to do. And as you can see here, come on. If you want to test, if you want to list all of the information, as you can see, this is display information about other user processes, about other user processes, and all. This is going to list. So these commands, let's use the queue. So PS, let's do list. So these are the process running on my own command or on my machine as of now. You can also test your own out. We'll talk more about process. The reason why I brought this out now is so you understand that there's another command called PS, aside from the basics that you guys understood so far. So who was I asking the question the other time? Samuel. Okay, Samuel came to the rescue. So since Samuel came to the rescue, Samuel, what is the full meaning of DF?
Hello. Hello.
Olabisi, we can hear you. Do you want to come in?
Yeah, please. I want to please request that you pick the second request. I'm viewing from the phone, so I can't see what you're showing very well on the phone.
Are you not with a system on your laptop?
Yes, the screen is too small. So I'm sending a request as we speak. You can please add me on that one so I can also see from the bigger screen.
Some of the commands might be difficult for you to see because even if I zoom in.
No, I mean,
okay.
I'm on a system right now. I just sent a request. Just accept that one.
Oh, I did that already. Join, okay. Let's zoom out. Okay. All right. So, Samuel, I had, what's the full meaning of DF?
Full meaning of DF, disk free, I guess.
Okay. Dixonful. Okay, so let's check the manual for that as well. So as you know, the manual, which you can access with the MAN, would always display or show you the information about a particular command. So if you hear any new command today and you want to learn about what that command means or what it can do, just use your MEN command itself to check the one you want to learn about. So for DF, you can see it's the DF utility displays the statistics about the free disks on your file system itself or your machine, as the case might be. So if we check, let's just run DF alone here. You'd see it shows you. This is just for my own machine, right? So it's going to be different for the different machines you are in. And I think there is a command that Enula kept, is it Enula or the other facilitator was mentioning that if you use the flag H at all times, it is going to show you whatever that information is in human format instead of example in bytes that we're having in this case. So you see it in human format and all. So let's move to, let me see, what else is here? Let me bring this out. Show this here. Okay, so let me ask Chris. Chris, what does the ping command do in a Linux shell? When you execute the ping command, ping, P-I-N-G, what will it do?
The ping command, right?
Yes, ping, P-I-N-G. What would
The ping command
do?
is
Like, I want us to see some commands.
the ping command basically
All right, so with the ping
sends
command,
an echo request to host.
okay. As I mentioned, if you want any help with any command,
Hear me, sir?
you are talking, but we're
Hello?
finding it difficult to hear you. Chris.
The ping command does, and I'm saying that the ping command is responsible for sending an echo request to the host, and then waits for the host to
Perfect.
reply.
Respond exactly. So you can use the ping command with an IP address, with the domain name, and a lot. So let's test. I believe you guys are familiar with your localhost IP address, which is 127.0.0.1. Okay, 1 minute. That was a mistake. I didn't hand. But it's trying to, this one is giving, okay, it still found it. Interesting. So you can see that even from here, it executed a ping and it received 4 packets. 4 packets were transmitted and no packets were lost itself. So you can use it for any IP address. You can even check what is my IP. For example, you can see what is my IP address. And based on your ISP provider, of course, it's going to mention what your IP is. And you can even ping that your IP. So ping this. So your IP from your internet service provider is even not receiving any packet. This is an example of that. 0% of 100% packet loss, and you can also ping a domain name. For example, google.com. You can see. So literally, it means anytime you ping a particular request, right? It means you can transmit data. From whatever you're pinging, you can connect to that particular service. So in this case, I can connect to this google.com. If I go to google.com, I'm already receiving packets, right? So if I enter it, it's going to transmit for me. I'm going to be able to receive data from that platform itself. So all of this, I think you're going to learn more about it in your current networking module itself. how networking works itself. I just wanted to touch it briefly so that by the time you start working on that, you would understand what that does. So now, let me ask, who else is here? David, are you with us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, David, what does the who am I command, what does it do in a Linux shell? Who am I? What does it do?
Who am I?
Yes, there's a command called who am I. What does it do in a Linux shell? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Let me ask Olabode. Olabode, are you with us?
What does it do?
You already asked your colleague. Olabode, are you with us? Okay, Olabode is not. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah,
Can
so
you hear me?
Olabode, what does the why command do in a Linux command?
Well, I'm sorry, I might not have the understanding, but what I understand by who am I is that it is the way it sounds. Shows you your present state in Linux. It describes the exact point that you are and everything about your workflow in Linux. I think that is what I understand by who am I.
Okay. All right. So from what you just explained, so who am I is different from PWD. So PWD is what
I can
tells
understand
you
this.
you are, right? Itself. And as the name implies, you are getting close there, but you didn't really touch it itself. Bamshima, let me ask you,
Okay.
what does who am I command
Yes,
do?
sir. It print out the effective username now.
The effective. Did you say effective username?
It print out the username like that.
Which username is it printing out?
The we're going to put it.
Don't worry. I purposely asked the question because most times it gets misunderstood.
It brings out
Itself.
the local user.
The local user. Who just said that?
David.
David. Okay. Local user. There's another word I'm looking for. Praise. What does the who am I command? What does it do? Praise.
It shows the current user.
That's what I was looking for, the active user. So if you write the who am I, yes, it brings out a particular username, right? But it brings the active user, the person which is the user of that shell. When I created added the Ubuntu device on the account itself on some of the devices, I used user hat student or wakocode.ng. So if you write who am I on such device, it's going to bring out your username. That username you included when you were setting up the Ubuntu machine itself. That's what it's going to bring out. So Olabode, it is different from PWD that shows you your current state. As you can see in these two cases, you can see that the PWD showed my direct path of where I am, showing me, okay, I'm at /user/eJoseph. That is where I am itself. But who am I? What is my username on this particular device? It is eJoseph itself, and not the PWD that shows me the current state or current directory I am in on my machine. So that was a tricky question. I just wanted to ensure that you guys understood the difference between who am I and how you can use it on your hand as well. So another question, who have I not asked? Angie J, I don't know who Angie J is, but person has been going on and off. Angie J, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm currently not in the building, so just joining from my phone.
I see. All right. What we're doing as of now is just me asking questions. We're just doing follow-up sessions where you get to be asked questions, or if you have questions, you can ask me as well. So for you, Jay, I have a question for you. What does the CAT command, CAT, what does it mean? And what's the full meaning of CAT command, and what does it do?
Okay, thank you very much. The cat command simply means to view the contents in a file.
Okay, that's what it does. What's the full meaning of cat itself?
I don't know the full meaning of cat.
Okay, no problem. It was a tricky question. I just wanted to give beyond. Okay, Daniel, you want to answer? Good. So the reason why I have that is I'm expecting you guys beyond your class, beyond where you learned, to do more research. That's why you see that most of the questions I'm even asking you are not from what you learned or not from your videos, so that you can also get more knowledge about what you've learned and to see if you are actually learning more outside what you've been taught in a particular thing. So the full meaning of CAT is concatenate, and what it does, as Angie just said, is to show what is in a particular file. So for example, let me make a directory called Wakocode. Yeah. Now, before I proceed, I've made a directory called Wakocode, right? Olabode, this Wakocode that I've made this directory, where is it located on my machine? Where is it located? From what you can see on my screen now, you're supposed to be able to tell me the absolute part of where Wakocode is. So where is Wakocode located on my machine?
That Joseph. Joseph.
That's not the absolute part.
The root is before Joseph. So from what I have is the user is the root, and the root, the user, and Joseph.
Perfect. So as you can see, from the PWD on this screen, eJoseph is at /user/eJoseph. That's where the directory of where eJoseph is. And as I've created this Wakocode, what it does is it gives me this particular Wakocode inside the eJoseph directory. So if I cd into Wakocode and I write PWD, you can see that exact part that I was hoping that Olabode mentioned, which it did. So now, what I wanted to show you was what CAT does. And before I show you what CAT does, okay, let me do this. I'm going to ask the question later. Let's put this in. Let's do this. Let's make it interesting like this. There we go. All right. Now, who is here? Who is here? Who is raising hand? Please. Daniel. Both of you. I'm not answering both of you. I'm not bringing you up. David. David, are you with us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so David, I have this on my screen. I've not executed it. I have echo in a string of hello world, and then I have this greater than symbol. Then I have this. So can you tell me what this is going to
be? Okay, you're about to echo. Okay, you want to echo hello world into this file called hello and dot
txt.
Okay. So now, what is this greater than sign? What is it called? There's a term for it.
I don't know the term.
Okay, so the term is output redirecting. So as you've described it well. I'm about to redirect the output of this command. So it is not just because I'm using echo. So the reason why it's called output redirection is it is anything that this command executes, whatever it is. If it is echo, which is what this is alone is doing. So this command is just output hello world. That's why inside this file you see hello world. So if this command was outputting other things that is different from hello world or different from the string, that is what you are going to see in this hello world hello.txt. Now, David.
So
This my hello.txt. Where is it going to save? My hello.txt.
Where is it going to
save?
it's going to save under your Waco.
Under my Wakocode. All right. Now,
Yes.
David, if I remove this and I make it like this, where is this hello.txt going to save?
Oh, it's going to save. It's going to save under your Waco, but if you put those 2 dots, it's going to save under your Joseph. Hey Joseph.
Hold on. This was what it was before. I had 1 dot, then 1 forward slash, and hello.txt. So if I leave it like this, let me ask you again. Where is it going to save like this?
Hey Joseph.
This is going to save in Joseph. Okay. Then if I have it like this, where is it going to save?
On Wakocode.
All right. Now let's test both of them and see what happens. So I'm going to call this one hello world. Hello. And I'm going to call this one hello world Waco. Or hello, let's just make it hello Waco. Hello Waco. And I'm going to do this. And I'm going to see hello one.txt. Now, you mentioned that, so from your, David, if I'm right, from what you said, you're saying hello1.txt is going to save in Joseph, right? And hello
Yes.
is going to save in Wakocode. All right. Now, let's view that. Let's see if that is going to be true. Do I have 3? Okay, I don't think I have 3. All right, let's just use ls. So, before I do that, who has a contradiction to what David has mentioned? Daniel. Okay, any other person before I bring Daniel to stage? Who has a contradiction? What praise? Okay. Who else is here? Who else is here? Olabode is here. Olabode, do you have contradictions to what David has said?
Kind of.
Okay, so if you have,
I think the one with dots, I believe, will be in the present folder, which is Wakocode. The one without dots will go to the main user, which is the root. We go to the root. My opinion.
so you're saying hello.txt is going to be in users, or the root itself, even before users. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it will root itself. It will be
Okay.
under the main, since there is no dot. It's not referring to the present folder.
Okay. Let me ask someone else. Bashima, where will my hello1.txt save and where will my hello.txt save? Before I show you where they are, I just want us to learn and understand here, right? So, David and Chris, David and Chris, I'm purposely still leaving your hands up. I want to hear from others first. So, Bamshima, where will LO want the text to save? I didn't hear that.
I said my hand is spinning me already.
Sir, hello.
No worry, leave the digital hand up. Let it be pending the digital hand. Bamshima, I'm hearing you.
Sir,
Where will LO1.txt save and where will LO.txt save?
your LO.txt will save under Wakocode.
Okay, out of the LO1.
The LO1. The LO1 should save under it yourself.
Okay. So you are in agreement with what David said, Bamshima. All right. Angie J. Okay. A new person. Angie. Where will LO save and where will LO1.txt save? I really can't, I'm not hearing you, Angie. If you're talking, I'm not hearing you.
You put dot dot. We'll put dot dot.
Angie. Is Angie talking? Angie is not talking. David, you want to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So David, what do you want to say?
It's going to be in the same directory. It's only if it will go to the other directory. That is if you add dot dot. The network is bad. Happy to configure the name. Happy to configure the name.
Yeah, we did it himself, man. That's to do it by himself. Not me that's going to do
He does not know now.
it by himself. No, I said I'll do it and then that's not how to do it. I'm coming, I'm scared.
Yeah. So guys,
Hello, everybody. Now you doing? Okay, sorry. Is he only me or it's everybody?
It's only you.
Yes, it's out of
It's not there again.
Which class behind mine? Which class? How far, guys? I never chop. Oh.
like the toxin in watch of the liner.
Never
I
chop.
never chop. I mean, if you don't finish class, Alpha David. David.
Apologies, my network just decided to go off. I think it's stable now.
Yes,
Can you hear
we
me?
can.
Okay. I think David, I was saying something. So David, I was asking, you wanted to see something. Well, where will this file save? You mentioned something before, but you raised your hand to say something. Is David still here? All right.
Yes, sir.
Where would Elu save? And where would
I was saying the both will be in the same directory.
Okay. So why did you
It
change
will only
it?
change to Joseph if there's double dot.
Okay. You've heard from your students, is why you changed your answer. All right, that's fine. So I just wanted to hear from people to hear okay what they have in mind, where they think this would save itself. So if we do ls, yeah, we can see the two files here. So now David has explained to an extent why both of them are saving the same space. Now, I purposely added these two so I could explain some things further and allow you to understand some things. So you can see, but before then, The reason why we started all of this before was so we could use the cat command. So if we do cat hello.txt, it shows us hello world. And at the same time, if we do cat, okay, let's still use hello itself. Let's use hello itself. If we do cat this, it still shows hello world. And if we do cat hello one, we see hello Wako. And if we do cat this, it shows us hello Wako. So whenever you use dots, Daniel,
So I have a question.
your hands have been up.
No.
So don't
So I have
worry.
a question.
No.
No, I have a question. How do you execute multiple commands at once? Like, what do you press?
Did I execute multiple command at once before?
Yes, you did Wakocode, Echo, Wakocode. Like you did like 3 commands.
Okay, so
It
if you
looks
want to,
yeah.
So good question. Now, the reason why I could execute these 3 different commands easily without having to type them again is because I already wrote this. So if you've written a command before, there's something called bash history on your file, and we'll go back there later.
Okay.
We'll not touch it now. So with your bash history, what it does is it keeps track of all of the commands you've written before. So if you just use the arrow up, you'll be able to go back to a previous command. So just pressing arrow up once shows you this last command. If you press it 2 times, it shows you this. If you press it 3 times, it shows you this. The 4th time shows you this. The 5th time shows this ls we wrote. The 6th time shows this. So with your arrow up or down, because as you can see, I'm pressing down now, and it's taking me back down to the empty screen. So that's what that does. Now, let's go back to our previous lesson.
Okay.
Praise, your hand is still up. Let me confirm if you have a question before we go. Okay, so now, when you use PWD, when you say PWD, PWD shows you the full path. Now, this is called the absolute path of where you are. The absolute path for where you are, which is from the root itself, from the root, and the roots mostly start with slash. The root will start with slash. From the root itself, how can we locate where you are? That is what this will do. If you write PWD. Now, the shortcut to getting where you are, which is now called the relative path. The relative path would start with something like dot. So when I wrote dot the other time, and I wrote like this, it is the same thing with this, because when you don't put dots, your Linux shell, through your Linux scanner, which I think they mentioned already, knows where you are, knows what it needs to do. So if you don't put dots, if you don't put slash, for example, when we're doing this, right? When I didn't add dots, the system will just automatically use my current location to do that command, execute that command. But immediately I start with either /, it is going to start directly from the root. But if I start, which is the absolute part itself, but if I start with dots, it's going to start from where I am. Now, what the terminal or the shell is doing at that point is, if you don't specify a path to it, it's going to give you where you are. But immediately you set a path, either an absolute path that starts with /, or you use dot, which is a relative path, you are now going to be the one to determine where you want that particular file or that action to be in. So that's why these 2 files are in the same place. Give me, from tomorrow, I'm going to create a new user, because there are some things I don't want to handle on this user because this is my work system, right? And I'm careful of what I do here based on production and all. But from tomorrow, I would have created a new user entirely that we'll be using for our journeys and all of those. So if we do anything, we can always revert changes like that. So now, the next question, who do I have here again? Any questions so far before I ask the next question? Any questions so far? Okay, I'll think. Okay, Praise. There is your hand.
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm asking because I'm asking so because of implicity. I'm asking this. What's the difference between when you want to create a file and when you use touch the name without just txt? Because without just txt you create a file. So what is the essence of it?
All right, now that's my next question. And that question is going to, okay, because you're asking something similar. Praise, you want to say something?
Yes, sir. No, at all, sir.
Okay, so let me hack someone else. Daniel, you are raising your hands. So, aside from, okay, no, let me just say, give me 3 different ways you can use to create a new file. 3 different distinct ways you can use to create a file on a shell.
Okay, I use listen, the touch command, then the name of the file.
1.
I use nano. You can use nano command to also create a file. Sir?
What's the
Nano command.
What's the third one? Yeah, nano is an editor. Is the second.
Is it
so touch
editor?
first,
Yes.
nano second.
The third one, you can use the cat command also to like write into a file. The echo command to write into a file. I mean into a file.
So echo would not write into a file. What echo does is, for example, echo would only show or tell your terminal to say something out. So if you say echo, for example, say echo hello world, like we did the other time, hello world, it will only write hello world like this on your terminal. So echo itself is not used to create a file. So, but what you are trying to
I meant write into a file.
Yes, it's writing into a file. So there are 3 ways. The touch command, I believe this is answering your question, please. The touch command, the output redirect, which is why we use echo here. This was just the output redirect itself is what is creating that file. It is not the echo command. The output redirect, the touch, and then the editor. The editor, you could either use nano or you use game. Is why I mentioned 3 distinct ways the other time. So Praise, did that answer your question?
No, it didn't, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. So what?
No, it didn't answer my question, sir. Why I'm asking again because I'm saying, what's the essence of having .txt at the back of a new file name? Is it significant? Because I'm saying I've tried touch and with the name of a file I want without .txt and it's created.
Beautiful. Now, good question, because I've seen even other people do that same thing, and this is the answer to your question. What do you think .txt means? .txt is signifying the extension of that particular file. So when you say .txt or you say .html or you say .js or whatever that thing is, you are only saying, okay, for this file I'm naming, the extension for the file is .txt, .js, or whatever the case may be. Now, on your terminal here, literally, whenever you don't add, okay, Chris, you want to ask a question?
Yes, sir. So now my question now is: are you saying that creating that about touch and creating a file doesn't have to be based on just text alone? You can create file for different kind of formats for a file.
Yes. So that's what I was just going. That's what I was talking. So with your touch command, with even your nano command, and even with cat, whatever method you want to use to create your file, you can create any type of file. It is not just text alone. Now, when you don't have an extension on your shell alone now, if you don't have an extension, you don't do anything, remember that on Linux, everything is either a file or is either a directory. It's now what you want to execute that determines whatever it wants to do. But if you create, for example, if you create, let's see, well, okay, I don't think we do touch at all. So let's use touch. So let's say touch. Okay, you can even see, for example, what you're seeing on my screen here. I've used touch before to create a JSON file. So you can use it to create anything you want to create at all. But in this case, let's just say Waco dot, okay, just Waco without creating anything. Now, ls. You can see in this, we're having the hello.txt, we're having the hello one, and we're having our Waco. Now, if I take this out, even if I echo, let's echo this into Waco. Let's echo this into Waco. Now, if I echo this into Waco, right? A text is inside Waco. And if we cut it, let's cut Waco. On our terminal, we are seeing the content. We are seeing everything. But if I remove this from this file here, and I try to, okay, you know what? Let me show you. Let me show you. Now, look at this. If I open this file here, you are seeing hello.txt. If I open this like this, which is outside our terminal, a text editor can open it, and I'm fine. I'm seeing the content of that file, right? Same thing applies to hello1. If I open it, it's opening. And you can see the kind here, it's a plain text. But for this, what are you seeing? You're seeing a document. Because it will be difficult, especially when the content of this file, as of now, it opened easily because the content here, it could recognize it as a text. But if the content was something else, for example, a script, a bash script, or whatever the case might be, it will be difficult for an editor, a text editor, to open this file. That is why you must have an extension to any of the files that are created, especially if it's a text file. If it was not a text file, if it is something, because we are going to reach there, you can create script that you can allow your terminal to execute, just like how you're executing your CD script, your cat. You can also create your script, because I have created a couple of scripts, right? And it will perform the action you want. But if you don't add that extension to your file, on your shell here, everything is going to be fine. But if you want to execute that file outside, you are going to have a problem, especially when the content of that is not a plain text for your editor or whatever you're trying to use to open it to show it. Do you understand that? Is Praise here? Okay. Praise is not here. It's going to see the answer to that later. All right. So where were we before we went into extensions? And I hope every other person understood what I just said.
Sorry, sir, my internet is outside, so it's not working. My name is Prisa. My network is bad, so
Your name is
conversing. This is Prisa. I'm using my partner's headset to talk to you. Service is bad.
All right. No problem. The video is going to be uploaded on your course module as a resource, so you can also add there to even check what I've explained better. So that was the next question I had in mind. So now, who has? Okay, let me ask. Who should I ask? Olayemi, I'm not sure I've asked you any question before. Olayemi, are you with us?
Sir.
All right. So there are two types of output redirects. I mentioned output redirection, and we used it for this. We even used it for this Waco itself. So there are two types of output redirection itself. What are they, and how and when do you use them?
It's somewhere on this operating system side. I'm still on introduction part of the course.
Okay.
What kind of
Keep
input I
learning.
still want to yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Keep learning then. Let me ask Bamshima. Bamshima, are you with us?
Yes, sir.
So did you hear the question I asked Olaimi?
So come again.
So there are two types of output redirection or output redirect itself. We've used one, which is what the one we've used here. So what is the second type?
Those bits.
Did you say with? Okay. Does anybody want to comment? Does anyone want to comment? There are two types of output redirections. Samuel.
All right. So we have two types.
So please call me
And
again.
the first one, like that single is output.
Samuel, you can proceed.
Right. So we have the single and the double. And the single is replacing the outputs into the file. Like the output is replacing the file, right? So but the double is concatenating, like it's adding to the file. You get?
Good. So that has answered it. So let me show you guys the practical of what that means. So can we still see my screen well? I'm trying to build it so we can have a better visual. Can we see it? Are we there? Okay, I'll believe that as yes. So first, let me remove this Wakocode. Let me remove Wakocode. All right. So ls now we're just saying hello.txt and hello.txt. So if we let's cut hello. Let's cut hello. Hello. We can see hello word here. Now, if we say echo this is test into hello.txt, that should be good. So if we say echo hello, this is test into hello.this, and we try to see content of hello, we can see that it has completely changed what is inside hello.txt. We're now just seeing this is test. And before, when we printed the output of hello, it was hello word. Now, if we say echo hello word, and we use the double greater than sign, and we use our same file. This time around, just so you have an understanding and you get memorized to understanding it, I'm going to use a relative part. So relative part, instead of just naming it, is ./hello.txt. I enter this. Now let's bring the output. We're now seeing that inside our set hello word, this was our hello word before hello.txt, so just hello word. But when we use just the single greater than sign, it totally changed what was inside hello.txt. But when we use the double greater than sign with the relative part, right, we're now seeing that inside our set file, we're seeing this is test and also hello word inside that content itself. So that was the next question I wanted to ask. Do we have any questions so far? Any questions so far? All right, Olabode.
Yes, thank you. This is I want to ask this question on a personal note. I am using my
Right.
personal device, I mean laptop, to operate now. But unfortunately, the Ubuntu and the setup on every of the system is different from my own. And in most times, I always start all over again time that thing logged me off. But a friend has actually helped me with a newer version. Please, I want everything that is applicable to everyone in the class to also, be for me too. So I don't know how you can help me on that personally.
Okay, good. So, thank that you brought that up. So, as the coordinators of the program, Wakocode training program, mentioned yesterday, that due to a large number of students, those who have laptop would have to use their laptop, while those that doesn't have would use a monitor. So with that, it means if you have your system and you want Ubuntu installed on it, bring it to the training hall itself, and I'm going to help you install all that needs to be installed there. So for you, Olabode, I'm going to come downstairs soon, and right after this class, and I'm going to come and help you install Ubuntu as a second operating system on your machine using VMware. So with that, you'll be able to partake in what every other person is partaking in, use the tools that they're using it and all. Okay, so you already started with Windows WSL. There's a full minute that I'm trying to do that now. Okay, that's fine, but it's not going to be as powerful and strong as the Ubuntu machine itself or OS itself. Although I'm just hoping that your system will be able to take it, because I think your system is small. But when I come downstairs, we'll fix that. And because there are other things we're going to be doing that would require running native Ubuntu command, like when you want to install with APT and some other things like that. So that will be all majorly for today. This call is going to be recorded, but before we go, there's an assignment for you all. I'm going to write the assignment on Slack, but I'm just going to state it here so that if you are listening to the recording with our and all, you can also get it. Some of the students, I believe, have done this task itself, but it's just it's a task for other students who haven't to be able to do later, and those that are watching this video later on. So the question is tricky, but I believe once you get an understanding of this particular task, there is nothing you will be able to use with the basic commands we've done so far. I probably don't want to do other things as of now because it will have me doing some things on this machine I don't want to do yet. But from tomorrow, I'm going to go into much more advanced usage of this basic command lines we've used so far today. So here goes the assignment, and it's to be submitted tomorrow. So make a directory in a cloud directory. Make a directory in a cloud directory. Create a file in that directory and copy the file to a new directory in the cloud directory while changing the name of that file. Again, make a directory in a cloud directory, create a file in that directory, and copy the file to a new directory in the cloud directory while changing the name of that directory. So this is how you are going to submit this assignment. On Slack, send a screenshot of your terminal. So when you when you are working on the task itself, no matter the errors you work on, or no matter the way you worked on it, I don't want you to change anything. I don't want you to clear anything. Just send the screenshot of your terminal and send it to the Slack channel itself. Tobiloba, you have a question?
Yes, I'm saying for those of us that have done it yesterday.
So for you guys that have done it yesterday, don't worry. Okay, no, do it again. Let me see your screenshots. Oh, wait, hold on. There's a loophole in that screenshot. There's a loophole. People can add a copy from the screenshot of another person. Okay. Create that screenshot and send it to my DM on Slack. So I'm Jet in Slack. Send it to my DM on Slack. Don't send it to the general channel. There's a loophole there. I think you can check what other people have done. And so send it to me. It's going to be, wait, hold on. I'm just getting myself familiarized with the platform itself. I think I have a dashboard. Don't worry, let me check my dashboard itself and see if I can give the assignment on that platform and you can submit it there instead. That will be much more better. I'm going to drop an update on that on the Slack channel. So that will be all for today. Before we wrap up, any other question from anyone, either currently what you're currently going through, what we've learned so far today, or anything at all? Samuel.
All right, sir. I wanted to ask, like, is the distro compulsory Ubuntu? Like, a lot of countries on the other distros, like I'm using Mint. Can I stay?
So, as you are familiar with, because for you to install another distro itself, it means you have an understanding of the different distros itself. So you would notice that these distros, as much as they're all Linux itself, the way around some things are different, especially when it comes to installation of applications, installations of some things like that. So I would advise that for this course, you will use any distro that is Debian based. For those who do not know, Ubuntu is from Debian or originated from Debian itself. So that's why you see that anything that works on Debian itself works on Ubuntu majorly. So the way you install using APT and all of the other things are the same. So I would advise that for this course, use anything that is Debian related. So use Debian, use Ubuntu, that's fine. But if you are going or use anything that has that same Debian infrastructure. But if you are using other things, for example, you are using, I think, Fedora is different, Red Hat is different. All of those ones, if there isn't things that doesn't really work with the architecture or the way Debian-based Linux distro does, you might have issues as we proceed, because this is just the beginning. There are a lot of things in the cloud computing journey that you guys have started with, and I'm sure that with commitment and dedication, we are going to see everything through, because there are microservices, there's Docker, there's AmChat, there is Kubernetes, there is, I'm trying to remember what I saw from the curriculum yesterday. There's deploying your own web services, there's using AWS, there are a lot of things. There's using Elasticsearch, there are a lot of things, right? So I would advise you stay to the Debian related architecture. So for those who maybe didn't really get the assignment when I set it out, I've also written out the assignment on the call chat. You can pick it out there and take the assignment, and I'll be expecting the answer to that. As I mentioned, I'm going to check my Wakocode dashboard and see if I can write the assignment directly there so you can submit there instead of submitting on Slack, so that even the organizers of the program can see what we're doing and how we're getting it done. So that will be all for now. If you have any questions, remember I mentioned that on Slack, let me show you again for those that are just joining. On Slack, there is the bookmark tab. And on that bookmark tab, I'm going to be adding anything, resources, anything that the whole group needs. So as of now, I have a tab for meetings, and in that meeting, you can click on this one to take you to the OpenDex meeting call, which is this one, or you can schedule a 30-minute one-on-one with me anytime you see that's available on my calendar. So remember, all of the meetings, all of our conversations are going to be recorded, and those that needs to be uploaded to the courses or your course itself, like this one, is going to be uploaded. So that will be all for today. Do let me know if you have any other question. If you don't have, outside now. All right. Bye for now.